If you reach back far enough in your core memories, you probably already know why soft serve is so delicious. But there's also some surefire science behind it as well. Soft serve's superior airy contrast to regular ice cream may very well be its most signature quality. And this doesn't just happen by chance. The reason for this signature consistency has to do with the additional overrun incorporated into soft serve during the freezing process. In case you're unfamiliar, overrun is the term used to describe how much air is actually included in ice cream. Even the hard-packed version includes a fair amount of overrun, as otherwise it would be as dense as a brick. Furthermore, adding air to ice cream appears to significantly increase the total amount produced, resulting in a greater overall output, which means more frozen dessert to eat and enjoy. While regular ice cream may have around 35% overrun, soft serve tends to contain between 50 and 60%. Unsurprisingly, that additional air makes an enormous difference when it comes to soft serve's cloud-like appearance, as well as its iconic mouthfeel. Some individuals may actually be immune to the devastating agony known as brain freeze. Unfortunately, the rest of us have to take our time when stuffing ourselves with our favorite frozen treats. With that in mind, one of the more appealing aspects of soft serve is that it's literally warmer than regular ice cream, and therefore less likely to induce an ice cream headache. Considering that soft serve is still a frozen treat, we don't mean to imply that it's produced at a drastically higher temperature than regular ice cream. Nobody's ordering a chocolate vanilla soft serve soup after all, although that does kind of sound delicious. Hard ice cream is generally stored at about 10 degrees Fahrenheit, while soft serve tends to be kept and served at around 21 degrees Fahrenheit. That difference might seem negligible, but that extra 10 degrees or so is enough to make soft serve less punishing on the palate upon ingestion. Another part of what makes soft serve taste so good is that it evokes the experience of eating melted ice cream. Now, if you're skeptical about how this quality could possibly work in soft serve's favor, consider that meltier ice cream actually does taste better on your tongue than colder varieties. This is sort of easy to understand since the warmer temperature ensures that your taste buds remain active rather than be dulled by the cold. Beyond any scientific explanation, there's also the potential origin story of soft serve to keep in mind. As the legend goes, in 1934, Tom Carvel was forced to sell a batch of partially melted product as a supposed soft ice cream after a truck mishap. Customers were over the moon for this new soft style, which then led to soft serve's official creation. It might sound unbelievable, but melted ice cream was indeed the apparent inspiration for soft serve's very existence.
Who wants melted ice cream?
If we asked you to name what's in ice cream, we'd be willing to bet that two items would spring to mind right away: cream and sugar. Of course, even a high-quality version of ice cream contains more than that, and soft serve is no different. As it turns out, the number of food additives commonly found in soft serve appears largely responsible for its almost staggeringly consistent perfection. Now, we can't say whether every single solitary soft serve recipe utilizes the same common ingredients. Nevertheless, it's obvious that soft serve's smooth, velvety texture is generally enhanced by the likes of cellulose gum. Furthermore, it remains fully blended and emulsified thanks in part to the inclusion of glycerides from fatty acids. The bottom line is that you can't dismiss the impact of numerous food additives and preservatives when discussing what really makes soft serve taste so delicious. By now, it should be clear that any and all varieties of ice cream include a substantial percentage of air known as overrun, and that soft serve contains more of it than hard varieties do. With that in mind, it's fairly obvious what really makes soft serve taste so good. Indeed, it's quite literally lighter tasting, because it is in fact lighter in terms of both mass and density.
I'm your density.
With this surplus of air, soft serve is less likely to sink into your stomach like an anchor. And more air in the final product means that there's less room for sugar or fat in soft serve and less chance that those unhealthy substances will wreak nutritional or digestive havoc. Since the airy and fluffy texture of soft serve is also noticeable in your mouth and on your tongue, it's clear that its lighter overall composition plays a crucial hand in its deliciousness. There are numerous flavors and varieties of ice cream on the market, and seemingly just as many ways to order and consume it. From sundaes to banana splits to milkshakes, the breadth of choices can make your head spin like a possessed teenage girl. When considering all that, part of what makes soft serve so great is its generally simplified selection process, with the menu often consisting of just chocolate, vanilla, and the classic swirl. Perhaps this aspect of soft serve is appealing because it harkens back to a time before consumers were faced with virtually unlimited options in nearly every facet of life. This might be the definition of a first world problem, but it's nice to give your mental muscles a break by simplifying certain decisions. And since soft serve provides a much easier serving process for restaurants, it's not only easier to decide what to order, it will also typically arrive faster than regular ice cream as well. There's something special about getting in your car and going out to your favorite eatery. Food often just tastes better at a restaurant. So it's a big point in soft serve's favor that it's generally only available outside the home. It isn't usually packaged and sold in pints or quarts like other ice cream varieties, as that simply can't be done without sacrificing its signature feathery texture. Since we've been conditioned to expect a very specific consistency from soft serve, its distinction as a dine-out-only option makes it seem more enticing than it might otherwise be. If you've ever wondered why grocery store freezer aisles don't include soft serve, it's clearly not for a lack of demand. Rather, the reason it remains relegated to restaurants and ice cream stands is because its slightly warmer temperature and uniquely fluffy yet creamy quality can't be maintained in a home freezer. Considering all of this, plenty of people may also associate soft serve with memorable social outings. And seeing how social get-togethers like eating out are known to increase individuals' feelings of happiness, it only serves to boost soft serve status among sweet treats. It's a well-established fact that we don't just eat with our mouth. Our olfactory system, aka our sense of smell, also plays an important part in our ability to enjoy basically any food. And so does our visual system. In fact, if a food item looks like a certain smiling brown emoji, then you are unlikely to derive as much satisfaction from it as you could with something that dazzles your eyes.
Meat poop.
It's showtime.
And what's more visually appealing than the classic soft serve swirl? Simply put, a perfectly poured chocolate vanilla swirl, also known as a twist, in a cone or a cup, is pretty much music for the eyes. The utter simplicity of the classic swirl's presentation and delectable flavor profile undoubtedly works in its favor. Whether it's crafted by a bored teenager working over summer break or a cutting-edge robot specifically designed to create impeccable swirls, it's tough to beat the aesthetic wonder or taste of chocolate spun together with vanilla. Sometimes less is truly more. It's probably not too hard to accept that soft serve tastes great because it's a miracle of modern science. There's a reason why other ice cream varieties predate soft serve by centuries, after all. With that in mind, it's worth mentioning that one of the most incredible ways to present and consume soft serve is with a dipped cone, like the well-known line of that variety sold by Dairy Queen. DQ's classic chocolate-dipped cone features a crunchy outer layer akin to what you would get with a magic shell. This means that there's nothing stopping someone from taking a regular ice cream cone made with a traditional hand-scooped product and dousing it or dunking it in a similar coating. But can a cone made with uneven, misshapen scoops of hard ice cream match the incomparable aesthetics of a dipped cone prepared with a beautifully hand-spun serving of soft serve? The answer, of course, is not even close. Just like soft serve itself, the dipped cone represents a fun variation on the typical consumption of ice cream and also provides a nice textural contrast to the air-made fluffiness. It should come as no surprise that soft serve tastes so good, in part because it's often enjoyed with friends and family. After all, we've already established how the difficulties with maintaining its quality and consistency in a standard freezer make it ripe for shared enjoyment outside the home. But whether it's shared memories of consuming cones at a fast food joint, a local fair, or really any other location, The fact that it tends to conjure thoughts of social outings elevates its status among many modern desserts. Socializing in general tends to increase people's overall satisfaction in life, so the inherent connection between soft serve and social gatherings may be just as crucial to its overall popularity as its taste and texture are. However, we should be careful not to go too far. Soft serve wouldn't exist at all without its unbelievably glorious flavor profile, so declaring that the social component is equally important might be just a bit too much. Still, there's no denying the fact that every bite can remind you of joyous occasions with loved ones is a notch in soft serve's favor.
What if we always said is the most important thing?
Breakfast.
Family.
It probably goes without saying that no form of frozen ice cream or ice cream adjacent treat is the healthiest food on the market. Even the most reasonable dessert should be consumed in moderation. Still, when comparing regular hard ice cream to soft serve, there's no mistaking that the warmer, fluffier version wins out when it comes to nutritional impact. The additional air contained in soft serve is critical to explaining this, and it's fairly easy to see why. After all, the extra overrun incorporated in soft serve leaves less room for other components like sugar and fat, thus resulting in a treat that's lighter in more ways than one. In short, it may not be exactly accurate to describe soft serve as a healthy alternative to other types of ice cream, or as a healthy alternative to anything. But to instead say that it's slightly healthier is entirely fair, which we imagine adds plenty of smiles to plenty of faces. If you name any fast food chain off the top of your head, there's a decent chance that it offers some variety of frozen dessert on its menu. Considering the logistical challenges posed by serving hard ice cream and its propensity to gum up the works inside a kitchen by increasing prep time, it's no wonder then that so many establishments choose instead to sell machine-poured soft serve. If you're curious how soft serve's wide availability at fast food joints around the country can make it taste so good, consider its often affordable price tag at these locations. If you love a bargain, then the general cost-effectiveness of fast food soft serve should be a surefire formula for delivering a smile to your face. Additionally, the relatively ubiquitous nature of fast food means that soft serve isn't particularly difficult to obtain. So, if you have anything resembling a sweet tooth, then you surely can easily appreciate the ability to easily grab a cone from a nearby spot whenever the mood strikes.